What's going on, everyone? Talon back here, and today, if you're wondering what kind of gameplay this is BlazBlue. Now, this is on my tablet, of course. I don't have the PS4 version of Guilty Gear or anything like that. We haven't had one in a while, so I know there's a new one coming out, but nonetheless, this is the only gameplay I could really think of, and I was like, you know what? It's mobile. I mostly cover Dokkan on this channel, and I was like, well, you know what? This is a mobile game, technically, so let's go with it. But the new detailed information that just came out about a new Dragon Ball FighterZ game. This is the title of it. Dragon Ball FighterZ is the next Dragon Ball game that's going to be coming to Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Unfortunately, not Switch, but I kind of saw that coming. Maybe down the line it eventually will, but I thought that'd be pretty cool, because I would definitely buy that twice. I'd buy it on its home system, and I'd also buy it on the Switch, but nonetheless, because I'm going to buy this. If this goes the way I think it's going to go, this is a day one purchase for me. I don't say that a lot about some games. This is definitely a day one purchase. So, what are these pictures? Is this real? Well, yes, of course it is real. The Japanese was leaked with the pictures, and I translated it, and also it's been confirmed by multiple news sources, and even Rhyme Style himself was confirming it. This is the next Dragon Ball game. Yes, it is called Dragon Ball Z Fight, or Dragon Ball FighterZ, not Dragon Ball Z FighterZ, Dragon Ball FighterZ, and it's basically a 3v3 battle game, which is going to be incorporating a combination of 2D fighting and 3D, essentially. So basically, you can call it a 2.5D game, essentially. And the fact that it is made by Arc System Works. Arc System Works are the guys who made both BlazBlue and Guilty Gear, which are very popular and very, very good quality fighting games. And it is gonna be, if they pull this off, I am gonna, this will be my go-to game for quite a while. You can tell right now, I am super hyped about this game. I've personally never been a huge fan of the 3D style fighting, like Xenoverse and Budokai Tenkaichi games, which I know a lot of people are, and I'm not knocking against them. It's just personally my personal opinion that, you know, they weren't my favorite. They weren't bad games, just I was never a fan of that style. I prefer this straight 2D fighter game. Budokai 3 was my favorite game in the series thus far, and Xenoverse 2 kind of roped me back in a bit. I liked parts of it, I truly did, but there were definitely parts I wasn't a fan of. I don't know if it was the connection in terms of how the combat worked, how floaty it could feel because of the camera and everything. I'm not really sure what exactly it was, but I don't know, every time I played, I was kind of like, this doesn't feel as solid as, you know, some other fighting games that I've played. And I played BlazBlue and Guilty Gear and everything like that, both in the arcades here, actually, but also on the consoles when they started coming out again and became popular. And I love those games, I truly do. I wish another BlazBlue would come to the PS4. I think there's a Guilty Gear game coming. So I've loved those games. And the moment I saw these pictures, I was like, please be real. Please be real. If this is real, I'm going to be giddy like a little schoolgirl. And nonetheless, I was when that happened. So yeah, you guys missed that, but yeah. But anyway, so basically it's a 3v3 fighting style. It's taking a lot of inspiration from both BlazBlue and Guilty Gear, and then also the 3v3 style fighting is kind of reminiscence of I think it's Capcom versus Marvel, those games. So, because in the picture that you are currently seeing up on the screen right now, that you can tell that there are 3 fighters versus 3 fighters, the whole Frieza versus Goku thing. Not sure about what the bar is on the bottom. I'm gonna guess some kind of power gauge something, or, you know, something you can use, some massive flashy super attack would be my guess, or some kind of drive. Because if you played BlazBlue, or I don't know if they put this in the recent Guilty Gear game, but they've always had some kind of drive button where this one button does these special type of moves and everything. So maybe that's going to determine that you can then use your special drive move or something like that. So going based off of that, maybe it's something like that, or maybe it's more closer resembled to whatever Capcom versus Marvel do. Because I do remember seeing and watching those tournaments on Twitch, and there was some bar down below that would show that, and I was like, oh, okay. So that has something to do with the fact that maybe they'll be able to use all 3 fighters, you launch a super attack, or use a flashy super move with your current character that you're using, which is pretty cool. So I am definitely down for that. And just the screenshot right there of these guys, it looks like a very beautiful game from that aspect. And if you've ever seen any of, I mean, just looking at the game right now that I have right here, this is on a tablet for crying out loud. The art style and the characters are very well detailed, and I really like the way that it looks. And even though, yes, you may look at this as, oh, it's just a simple 2D fighter game, yada yada, it looks really good, which is really cool. So if they can take that concept, bring the style of Dragon Ball, give it the 2D fighting that I personally loved, And so far, the community seems to be pretty positive about it. I could be wrong, but so far, it's received some pretty positive feedback so far, which I personally think is really cool. And the fact that this could be a very actual branch between competitive and just having fun fighter, I'm looking forward to that personally. I would definitely go online and I would play this game. I would challenge the likes of Rhymestyle, probably get my ass handed to me, but I would still do it and do it with a smile because this game just looks fun. Arc System has had a very positive career, especially in the last 5 or 6 years when it comes to their games, both in BlazBlue and Guilty Gear. If they can throw that magic at a Dragon Ball game and make it great, sold. I will even buy it twice if it eventually comes onto the Switch. I will do that, and I don't do that with very many games. I just don't. So when I saw these pictures, I was like, come on, please be real. I want this to be real. And sure enough, it is. And with E3 being around the corner here, it is just about to go. You know, we're probably going to be seeing a trailer here. And it's supposed to be coming out in early 2018 from what it's saying. So I am all for that. Going to be getting those on the PS4, no problem. Probably day one. And I will be streaming this as long as everything goes the way I think it will. And, assuming we get a trailer and I see things, and then, knowing Arc System Works history and everything, I'll be like, yeah, this game's gonna be awesome. Hopefully there's a beta and everything like that. But yeah, I will be streaming this. I will be doing gameplay on this. This will be uploaded on my channel, no doubt. So if you are excited just like I am, leave a comment down below about if you are excited about this game. Of course, we cannot, we can take things from these pictures, which we have, based on the fact that it's a 3v3 fighting system. The fact that they've got a gauge bar down that's probably used for some kind of super move, maybe a combination of all 3 fighters, or just the fighter you happen to be using and everything. But in terms of how it looks and how it feels when you're actually fighting, we don't know yet, because you can't take something like BlazBlue and compare it to Dragon Ball. They are very different fighters. Dragon Ball is definitely a lot faster, a lot flashier sometimes, and just the movements is obviously going to be different than what you're probably seeing on the screen. This screen right here obviously is showing you what a BlazBlue game looks like, and yes, it does. This is a very good close reminiscence of what you see on the arcade and both on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox with the other games in this system. Obviously a little bit better graphics because this is just on my iPad right now, but nonetheless this could be very, very good for what we can see in the future. So I hope that the trailer shows gameplay. I think they would. Most trailers from Arc System Works will show a little bit of story, but we all know the Dragon Ball story. It's nothing's changed really. And then they're going to go straight into how the combat can look, and if it looks solid, I am officially sold. Day one purchase, the whole 9 yards. Just don't do a season pass. So I don't know what more I can say. I really don't know more I can say. There's not much else that we really know about the game. Again, E3 is probably going to shed a lot of details on this. Unfortunately, I can't go to E3 because, well, I'm in Japan. But I am definitely going to be covering this game. Xenoverse 2, I said I was going to cover and everything, and I did a review, and I did a little bit of gameplay, I did some streams here and there. But overall, I wasn't the biggest fan. I got bored of it. I truly did. And the fact that I am this hyped, I probably sound this hyped to most of you, but the fact that I feel this hyped about it, I'm just like, I'm covering this. No questions asked. Like, this is going to be good. Just don't, again, I'm going to hold judgment until it comes, but I'm going to say 85 to 90% sure this is going to be one heck of a game. So I'm truly excited. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments as always, guys. You excited for this game? Do you want to see this stuff on my channel when this comes out, whether it's in beta form or when the game comes out? I'm personally super excited again for this. Let me know in the comments below though, are you as well, or did you wish that they would have a Xenoverse 3, or do you prefer more of that 3D fighter? I prefer more of the 2D stuff, so the fact that it's going to be more of a 2.5D for me, oh, this just sings to me. Again, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but nonetheless, this sings to me. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, though. What are your thoughts? What would you prefer, or do you think this is going to be a really cool game? Or are you going to wait until the E3 trailer that will most likely drop, and then we'll be able to see what it's like? So hopefully that can all work out. Leave a like if you liked the video, guys. Subscribe if you happen to be new as well. And if you happen to miss my stream today, I will be uploading that stream later on during the day, or the next day, probably within the next day or so. So if you want to check that out, go ahead if you missed it. And yeah, hopefully everything works out. But yeah, again, guys, leave your comments down below, subscribe and all that. And until next time, everyone, I'll see you in the next one.